Good afternoon, students. So, today I'm going to start with the pagination or navigation in PHP. Navigation in PHP, as soon as I click on this link 1, then there are total number of records 5. Next, if I click on page that is link 2, then the output is after 5 records. So, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Likewise, and at the end, there are only true records at page 3. So this is my output. First of all, as soon as I click on page 1, you can see that my URL is paging.php question mark page equal to 1. So this question mark after question mark I've used my query string. Page is my variable which stores the record, that is 1, 2, 3, likewise. So here I used anchor tab. Here I use anchor link for this. So now on page 1 you can see that there are total first one, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 records are there. So if I click on page 2 then my ID should be changed, so that is my page 2. So 6 record, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th record, and at the end there are 2 records. So there are total 5 plus 5 plus 2. So 10 plus 2. So there are total 12 records in my database. Now I'm going to show you the code of this page. So each and every code are there in my paging.php. Entire coding is in only one page, that is paging.php. So as soon as I click on paging.php, you can see that first of all, to retrieve all the records from the database that are this. Under green line, all the records, I've used my coding for $dbHost equal to localhost, root is my user, password is blank, and connection is MySQL connection, host, user, and DB password. After that, I'll select my database. My database is BCA1. So, database. After that, result equal to MySQL query. So select start from reg. Reg is my table name, that, and limit equal to $page one comma 5. So this is by default like 1 comma 5. So that means I wanted to display record from first to 5 at the first iteration. So this is my basic query to retrieve the record. Now what is dollar page one that I've used some of the algorithm. We'll see later. First of all, we'll understand this much of coding from line number 27 to 32. So this entire connection and retrieval of data will store in result. So after that I created echo division class data. Data is my class name of division. After that I used while row MySQL fetch array. Why MySQL underscore fetch array? Because I wanted to display more records. If I wanted to display only single record, then I can go for MySQL underscore fetch underscore rows. So result contain all the records that are present in reg. Now if I wanted to display those records, so I can write echo row of 0, row of 1, likewise, and then br, that means after one record there is one br, and at the end I close my division. So here you can display this thing. As soon as you write this code, then you can see that output is like this, that is selected. Now because I write limit 1 comma 5, you can see 5 records. If I don't write any limit, then there are by default 12 records on my first page. हेलो। हाँ बोलो। हाँ 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 जोइला है ना। हाँ हाँ चलो चलो। बाय। Now, now first of all, if I wanted to go with the dynamic data, dynamic design, so what I'll do, I take one more variable called result one. So result one contain again select start from REG. So if my data, my table contain total 100 records, then result one equal to 100. Now I take one variable called count. MySQL num_row will help me to count number of rows in my database or in my table. Specifically, it's a table. So count equal to MySQL underscore num underscore rows in that my result one. So there are total 100 records. So 100 records with this I get 100 records divided by 5. So 100 divided by 5 you can get the output in count variable. After that I used seal function to seal the part or truncate the part that I don't want. After that, I take for loop for x equal to 1, x less than equal to count, and x plus plus. Why I take this count variable? Because I wanted to display 1, 2, 3 likewise. So I take x equal to 1, x less than equal to count, and x plus plus. After that, I want my A, that is anchored, my HRF would be generated dynamically. If I have more records, then A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 likewise. So at the end, here I use my href, that is paging.php question mark page equal to. Now after this I write echo dollar one. So what is dollar x? Sorry, echo dollar x. So dollar x equal to what? My count. So first time my count would be 1. So 1 would be printed. After that, here style is text decoration none, so there is no underline under my href. After that, echo x. Again, x would be incremented by 1, and then again, if it is 2, if it is 3, again, if it is 4. Likewise, my x would be displayed. So, if there are more records, right now there are 12 records, so x would be 1, 2, 3, likewise. So from this coding, you will get dynamic record like this. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. You can see that page equal to 3, page equal to 2 and page equal to 1. There is only single equal to make sure that. Now here, after that, I've used one algorithm for pagination. If page equal to blank or page double equal to 1, then page equal to 0, because at the query string first time it might be page equal to blank or page equal to 1. So at that time make the page 1 equal to 0. Else if that is not the case, then what I'll do, then I'll write page 1 equal to page. So dollar page equal to the query string, that this string, so page into 5 minus 5. So at the first time you can see that equal to 1 into 5 minus 5. So 1 into 5, that is 5 minus 5. So first time it would be 0. Likewise it is divided and page 1 is going to be decode, or I can see page 1 is going to be stored here